Yo, what it do? We back at it again, yo. Like I told y'all before, man. December 2nd, excuse me. We was coming back for part 2. We got the king, the heir to the throne, the prince of the HusH. Yo, we about to do I don't know what y'all want to call it, but I'm gonna call it the rebirth of HusH part 2, man. And we gonna talk to the young king himself, and we gonna walk through the HusH part 2. Let's get it, y'all.
Let's walk right here. So this aesthetic of the store, just for starters, it's supposed to be like a hotel lobby. So that's why you see our clothes on these carts. So right here, we're gonna start off with Zeppelin. This is a one-of-one item. Every item is one-of-one. It's reconstructed materials put into this. Cool kid from the UK, but he's located in Florida. Man, he definitely did his thing. Like, these pieces, just showing y'all up close, like everything hand stitched, distressed, takes 4 days for a piece.
So he's, not to cut you off, King, he's using other jeans and just...
creating his own aesthetic on there.
Wow.
With the distressing, destroying, and reconstructing on there.
That's crazy.
Also this bag too, I feel like this is worth to be seen. Yeah, a lot of hard work on it. It's different. Yeah. And then we're gonna go over here. Now we're getting into the good stuff, special stuff. We got the New Fear of God collection right here, particularly the essentials part of it. We got from Black. This is Core Gold right here, Heather Gold. Then this is Core. Then this is SoundCloud right here, and Silver Cloud. So what's dope, we got all of this in our boutique. Like, you go in the natural boutique, you're not just seeing this when you walk in there. And we got every single color, all 5. Then we're gonna go over here. Now this is the Fear of God line of essentials, where like you'll get this cable knit hoodie, or you'll get a polo knit shirt, where you're just not seeing that, once again, not even the Macy's and Neiman Markets. So like, that's what makes our boutique special. We even got the jeans, bro. You don't even see people with Fear of God jeans, man.
Oh, I really did.
Then over here, we got a lot of loyal consumers from all over the tri-state. So of course, you know, we had to do the boroughs, Brooklyn, Harlem, Bronx, Queens. And of course, we still had the rep for Jersey, because that's where the brand started.
But the crazy thing, they got the hood, they got the pin.
Yes.
I don't know about a lot of y'all, but I'm a heavy pin and patch guy, so that the detail is everything into that, King.
And Hood, you know, helped us with the manufacturing on that. And then this is a brand called Holden. Really, really dope. Let me check that out.
See that.
Yeah, we got a couple colors on here.
Don't get it confused. This is not ski wear.
Yeah, this is not Moosa ski wear. This is definitely get fresh wear. It's definitely built for colder temperatures. We got more higher end brands with temperature and climate control. We're about to get into that right now too. But before that, I want to get into the Boss's Nephew's line right here, Oblique. I feel like this is super dope. He's a young kid, he's 23 years old. He's out of Portland, where the owner's from, which is super special, because he's not only doing this for himself to make money, he's putting young entrepreneurs on himself. We also got a brand from, I actually know this kid, he went to high school with me. His name is Malcolm Garrett. I'm a big conscious person. When he explained this piece to me, it's showing the real face of Jesus Christ. You know, you see in certain churches, no disrespect to no denominations or anything, but you'll see a white Jesus. But you know, hair like wool, skin like sand. He wanted to do the actual face that was written down in the Bible. And you know, as he said, this is his revelation. So this is Malcolm Garrett. Check that out. That's too.
A dope story behind it.
For sure. And that's what I'm big on, stories. It makes it easier to sell a piece. Right here is Family First, overseas brand, super duper dope, high end. It's like a den. I wish I could really feel the material through the camera.
Crazy too.
Yeah, this
you can hear it.
You can hear it for sure.
You can hear it. You know what I mean?
Definitely. And then, of course, we have our private line HusH, just to show y'all the details on here.
This is the adults one that we did.
Yeah, this is
don't forget about
the
it.
champagne special right here, and then we got the martini special also right here as well. Always got to highlight the house brand, that's for sure. And as I promised you guys just a second ago, we have climate control brands. So something like this Macaj, you know, it's big in a lot of different communities other than the urban community, because it has limited labels. If you know other people outside of us color folks, they don't like to have logos. So if you see like HusH, it'll just be this one hit right here, but it's the material on it, the nubuck on it, it's just out of control.
That is.
Yeah, they took their time with this, and then their jackets is geared to weather, so it'll tell you on certain pieces like this is due for 30-degree weather, or it might be for negative or below degrees. Then we got our infamous Leitien of always. This is our high-end sweatsuit. We always keep Leitien. The lady that created Leitien, she's actually from Denmark, and she helped out with Yeezy Season 1, just to give a little fun fact on that. Then, you know, I gotta get back into the black-owned stuff. Right here, we got Eastside Golf. Y'all can wrap around so y'all can really take a good hit on this. The embroidery is just impeccable. And look into Eastside Golf. They have a lot of collaborations with Jordan brand. They made Jordan 12s, Jordan 1s. They make golf cleats. And as you can see, their clothes are geared to golfing, but as well as to casual wear as well. You can wear it at any moment. Then right here, we have Pendleton. You know, they have vibrant prints. You know, this is a particular aesthetic. I always say, like, this was definitely inspired by Native Americans.
Always.
You have to know that for sure. Then we have luxury fragrances.
Damn, they got the
one of my partners from the brand, he picks out these, hand picks them himself. We're very particular. We just have that particular consumer, so we gotta carry that, as well as we sell CBD. We sell body creams, we got hand soap, so we just wanna be a real boutique. You know, some boutiques, they say they boutique, but only sell sneakers. We're more than just sneakers here. And then we're gonna wrap around real quick. We have a brand, this is Ramon Blackburn's godbrother right here with Stitch and Jolt. A lot of this stuff is crocheted, and then he sews it onto these custom one-of-one hoodies.
The buckets?
Yeah, he also did buckets, and we have pants and jackets coming soon. We have jackets actually at the Inglewood store. We just wanted to pull out a new aesthetic for this store. And now we're gonna wrap over to this side. Y'all can take a look at the high ceilings as we're moving around gracefully through the store. What's up, man? Everybody came with it today. Woo!
Welcome back, bro.
Thank you. Feel good to be back with you guys. All right, so now we're back. Sorry, just checking in with the team, because as I told you, it's our special day. Today's the grand opening for this location at 17 Imperial Avenue. This is in West New York. 17 Imperial Avenue, West New York. Don't get it twisted with the Inglewood location. We building right now.
Yes, sir.
So now we're gonna jump back into the clothes. We also, one thing a lot of y'all boutiques don't have is female clothes. And this is something that I wanna tap into. We have the all over print Nike fur jacket, and this is something that has not even released for Nike yet, so we're actually the first with this. I wanted to, you know, point that out, and something that we're also we're putting the bubble coats out here from Nike. This is the ACG all winter purpose jacket. This goes as low as, I believe, 25 degrees. I was looking into this last night. Super warm, and this is a unisex jacket. I have it in the women's section, just, you know, want to show love to the ladies and let them see that we have more going on for women's. Same thing, this is just the other color for it. But then my favorite piece over here.
I seen you too in that too. I seen you. This is crazy.
HusH Instagram. This is something major that we did. This is a Gore-Tex Jordan brand jacket. It's like all the highlights of Jordan's big major moments. I actually did this with the Jordan 12s, and we got Gore-Tex pants as well. Even though this looks thin, this is good in 35-degree weather. Yeah, this
ain't thin at all. This is not thin
this is not thin at all. This is, you getting a bang for your buck right here too. Like I said, everything in here is pretty much luxury, and reason why I say that, let's step in. Tell me where, I wanted to jump into this first. A trench coat Nike Tech. I like to say this is, we carry premium luxury Nike, just so y'all not gassing it. This is definitely Nike. This is the trench to this. And then we're gonna jump in. We also got the blazer to it as well. So it's like, you can still have that comfortable feel with that athleisure aesthetic. Athleisure, that's a new word for you. I looked that up.
And you can still wear the tech pants with
Right, and then even under it, to layer it down, I'm a layer guy, you put the turtleneck, so turtleneck, blazer, trench coat. Even giving y'all fashion tips while we keep going on with this. And then with the Nike Tech, they became so advanced. I like where they're going in 2023. They have asymmetrical hoodies now for women. It's like a premium hoodie for a woman that has a certain swag that's just above the norm.
Right, some tights under there, the Nike tights under there.
For sure. And we have different kind of pants too. We got the pleated joggers, and I have, let's see, do I have that one up here? And I have capes too. I know this is like a vibe for women. You can still, it's pockets under here too, so you can keep all your stuff inside, whether it's your pens, your phone, or whatever else y'all get involved into.
Put that back out there, because I don't think y'all really understand. We showing you ladies right here.
Right, different fits.
The Tech. This is the Tech. Now, who's carrying this? What boutique, what location can you go get this at? Like, stop, come on.
Right. So it's like,
for real.
We just trying to up it where.
Now, we're not trying.
We are upping it.
Right.
Because it's just like, I'm going to even show you why. Like, for instance, this woman's Nike's bomber, I love this for myself. But
smoke.
Yeah, this is smoke with the extended back on it.
With the zippers on the side.
Yeah, it's like Nike Ambush just took it to another level, and it's like, it's premium. You only got one little logo. It's not dancing around. We wanted to have a prestige clothing for women, because I feel like,
so that's a woman's.
This is a woman's jacket. Even though I love this to death, it's women's right here.
I think you can get.
Oh, of course. I'm
gonna leave that alone.
We're gonna step over to this side. It's more premium Nike stuff. We got the Tech Pack vest as well as the Tech Pack pants. Then we're gonna come over here. I like to call this the Snoop Dogg right here. It gives it like a little Carhartt vibe on the Nike, and we also have matching pants.
Thermals.
These are the pants to match it as well, and it's like no logos, so you don't have to buy no more Walmart jeans. You could come right here, get you some Nike pants, and get right. And then we're gonna go on to our shoe wall. So one thing with us, like I said, we're a boutique. We got clothes, but we also got sneakers as well. We get every single Nike release, especially if it's tier 1, tier 0. Quick strikes, you know that's selective with Nike. But if something drops, we got it. The Winterized Jordan H right here. I had the original black and gray pair. They're from 06, if I'm not mistaken.
They had the suede though, right?
Right. They put these straps on here just for the colder weather. Make sure your shoe's not getting as damaged. Yeah, now we all picking up our fan favorites. So we got right here, we got the olive green Craft Jordan 4, and then we got the Sail Jordan 2 right here. One thing I know for sure, if you 30 or so and above, the Jordan 2 has a special place in your heart. One, because that Italy material, shout out my guy Avi right here.
Peace, King, peace.
Like they said, we keep it natural here, so you know we're gonna just keep it flowing. But like I was saying with Jordan 2s, it's something about that aesthetic for guys that's 30 and older, that Italian leather. That's what, if you know about Jordan 2, that's what it originally come from, Italian leather in Italy.
But I don't think they respect the leather. That's the whole problem. A lot of people don't respect the quality of the leather that it once was too.
Right.
And of course the OGs.
Yeah, of course the Air Max 1 came out in 1987. It's the first Air Max with an air unit that's visible. Then
Classics.
Now, this right here, the Ramiro right now is probably the #1 athleisure, runner, casual vibe right now. It's comfortable for your everyday. I even recommend this for nurses. That's how good this is on your foot. Then we got this right here. This is really dope. This is Y2J right here. This is something new that we just got in. This is new to Nike. It's an athletic shoe. It's just geared to more if you're bodybuilding and things of that nature, not necessarily for running. Everything that looks like it's athletic doesn't mean that it's running for Nike.
King.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, we getting over here. So Adidas. This is Adidas Snow Boot. What I like about this, yes, the aesthetic is pretty, but you can ask them. This shoe is probably like 3 ounces. It's so light.
It's crazy.
So for me, I'm somebody, I go out the box, I could pull that off, but it's really a women's shoe. Adidas, they're trying to even up it right now with the triple sole gazelle. They got it in boot form, and also they got it as a low top. I feel like Adidas,
a little bit of competition with Converse. Converse is doing that too.
They was the first. They was the first.
You know what I mean?
And then I feel like right now they trying to up it because if you guys know or don't know, Jerry Lorenzo is officially on Adidas right now. So they're about to come in with some heat. They actually, I believe they're going to be dropping in the next 2 weeks. Okay. Next 2 weeks. Look out for Jerry Lorenzo, Fair God. They got a whole new collection. Them and Adidas. Super big collab coming up. And then we're about to get into us right now. We're about to have that little pep talk real quick.
Let's talk about you, Jiggy.
Yes, let's do it.
The man, the myth, the legend. Well, here we are, man. You know what I'm saying? We gave you a little tour of the location. Now we're going to talk to the young king himself, man. Just introduce yourself to the coach and let him know who you are and where did it all start from, King.
So my name is Darrell Evans. People also call me Jiggy. I'm originally from Mount Vernon, New York. You see I got on the money earning. Shout out to my Uncle Groove. He's the one that blessed me with this.
Hold up. So the coach will know, Groovy Lou. The legendary Groovy Lou. I'm going to let you continue, King.
Yeah, I'm gonna elaborate more on that as the interview going on. Just want to give y'all just a brief synopsis of myself. I'm from Mount Vernon. As time went on, I moved to Harlem about 6th grade. That's where I pretty much like soaked up a lot of influence, met a lot of people along the way that I'm gonna get into as well. Then from there, now this is how I'm meeting the God, because I moved to Jersey, got my money right. New York, I hustled hard and I got here to Jersey. So, just fortunate enough, I've been in Hackensack and Bergen County for the last couple of years. I went to Paramus Catholic. A lot of people know they're known for football, so that's where I got started moving around for real. And for a bit, we lived in Rockland, so we were just traveling back.
County, huh?
Yeah, I was in the Spring Valley area. Shout out Nyack area. Yeah. Shout out to all my folks out there. They was a big part of everything that's going on for me. But now let's get into Jiggy. So Jiggy started 2013.
Hold on, before we get into Jiggy, when did you realize your fashion sense? What point in your young man? You said, hold on, ma. You know what I mean? You started feeling like, nah, ma, give me the money instead of take me.
So I left the nest at 14.
Okay.
So when you're young and you are independent already, you're starting to put the pieces together. So I would say around 7th, 8th grade, as my independence and responsibility started to grow, I wanted to start taking a little bit more of an initiative and dressing myself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Think that's where it started.
And that's where it started. But don't get it twisted. My mother's a fashionista. Shout out to Dawn Gant. What she does with the clothes is just so crazy, bro. Where I think the first thing I seen from her, I was probably about 10 or 11 years old. She took me to Soho. 10, 11, a little weird being in Soho.
Yeah, definitely.
But everything going on. So, I think already at that age, being from an urban, I don't want to say hood, I like to say urban.
Right,
I don't want
we
no
grown
negative,
now.
No negative effects on our people. So being in an urban area and then going to a whole different demographics what Soho gives you. And my mom, she would cut off the fur on coats and throw it on like a jean jacket or something, like on the cuff or something. And this is like late 90s, early 2000s. So then I used to be like, oh, that's cool or whatever. Then they bought me a mink jacket. That right there, I'm a young kid. I'm
game changer.
Game changer. So in my mind, I'm like, all right, this is me. As high school, I went to Jersey, like I said, for high school, and I knew something. This is a negative story. So this is how you turn a negative into a positive. My freshman year of high school, this is 08. Yeah, 08. No, I'm lying, 04. 04, I'm there.
From 08 to 04.
Yeah, 08 is when I went to college.
Okay.
Pardon that. So 04, I get to Jersey, and skinny jeans is relevant in New York, but Jersey, not so much.
Only for the skateboard culture.
Exactly, at that time. So like when I was in school, they was like, yo, you gay, bro, this, that, and the third. And I was like a little bit distraught. But then like, the girls like this. So you know, who
That's all
cares
that
what
matters.
the dude man talking about? I'm worried about what these chicks is talking about right now. So then right there, that up there right there. So I'm like, this is what they like. I'm gonna continue on with these chicks like. But then when I got to college, somebody asked me to make them a t-shirt. And it was like, oh, I'm thinking we doing like some BS, but it was like for a little organization. We sold 80 shirts in a day. So that right there, I was like, I'm
That was a
on
light
to
bulb.
something.
That was a light bulb.
Then my cousin of mine, her name is Jennifer Foster. She took me to a fashion show for Fashion Week for this kid. His name is Nice in Harlem. He worked for Stussy right now. Shout out to Nice. His real name is Maurice. You know, if y'all in the hood, y'all know who he is. And Maurice, he had A$AP Rocky perform at his fashion show and had Black Ink, the cast, walk in the show.
Be the models.
So like right there, I was like, and there was no hate to him, but I was like, I could do this.
Right. It was
I said instantly, I could do this. I was like, people complimenting me on how I look, this, that, and the third. I was like, I need to somehow get people to wear what I'm wearing. And why not just make my own brand? So then I was like, I'm in the A$AP Rocky. My mom, she's from your age bracket. My mom, I'm not gonna say her exact age, but she between late 40s and mid 50s.
Right.
And
She's a 70s baby.
something like that, yeah. So they used to use the word jiggy, and I feel like jiggy personified somebody's swag. It was the best way to be like, oh nah, I like how you did that. But then it became, oh nah, you jiggy, bro. That's some jiggy shit you just did right there. So then I was like, how could I make that into a brand? Then I started looking at brands that I like, and one of my favorite brands is Polo, and I like Ralph Lauren. So, but you'll see on some of his stuff, it'd be like Polo by Ralph Lauren or Denim Supply by Ralph Lauren, and I was like, I want to be the jig, so we got to make this jig by Jiggy right here.
It clicks though. It clicks.
So then after that, we knew what the name was, so we was like, how do we keep Jiggy? How do we know we Jiggy? And people was like, oh, you just need to start off with a shirt or a hat.
The basic.
Yeah, but our first line we did too much. We did two snapbacks, 2 colored t-shirts, and a gray and black sweatpants. So it was like we came out with 3 pieces, but with 2 different colors in each piece. I think for a first collection, that's a lot for anybody.
Right, especially a start off.
For a start off. We sold out in about 2 weeks. It took a little time though. It was discouraging in that first week, cause I'm thinking, yo, people fuck with me. I'm thinking
everybody's coming out. We gonna knock this thing out the park.
And it just wasn't like that instantly. So like, you know, started using Instagram. It was just really prevalent at the time when I came out with the brand. And I started hitting the clubs harder. It's like, where do I see people at the most?
Getting fresh at.
Right. And it's like, and as I spoke about in the last interview, I used to feel like when you would go to the club and you see somebody fly, especially if they was real fly, you'll go up to that man like, yo, you did that.
Right.
Or like, you knew somebody was gonna be there with a good fit on, you knew you had to have on a good fit on. And that was y'all dance battle right there, just the battle of the fits in itself. So like for me, I was like, you know, I started networking more, have flyers, pamphlets, started sending my link out to people right then and there.
Staying active.
Doing the groundwork. I feel like a lot of people with brands today, they're discouraged with doing the groundwork. People are more personable. One thing about the God, he didn't only go to Inglewood, he came here to West New York too. He's like really putting his imprint in what he's doing. He's showing y'all that he's going to whatever neighborhood. So like for me, that's how I had to use it with the brand. And this is a 10-year span right here. He's doing this now, I did that 10 years ago, and we still doing the same legwork. That just tells you the dedication that we had. But let's get back to it. So then it was like, you know, I
Question.
had, yes.
How much of the brand have you given away?
Zip zero. I'm 100% owner of my brand.
I need the people to know that.
Yeah. I've been asked to sell it 2 times. Super refused. One thing I noticed, just as I've been growing up, Black people don't keep anything that they own. They don't pass anything down. Unfortunately, I never received anything from my parents. I feel like
you did. You received wisdom, knowledge.
Wisdom in life. I'll definitely
you know
say
what I'm
that.
saying?
But I didn't receive anything financially tangible.
Yeah.
And that's just because my parents, they getting themselves together now, and we grew up rough. It was rough growing up. And I don't like to say that we was poor, because I had a lot of fortunate moments in life.
You were blessed.
Super blessed.
You were blessed because you're here now.
Absolutely.
Without that, you wouldn't be here.
Absolutely.
So with all that happened, look at the blessing that transpired from that. You know, I tell a lot of brothers this too. I believe you got to give shit away sometime to get the people. You can't always say, yo, buy. You know, sometimes you got to say here.
Oh, for sure.
Here. I mean, and anything you do, you got to give it away a little bit. You can't just always think someone's just going to run to you and just cop all the time. That's not always going to happen.
You don't even know what I'm about to say right now. So I got a little chill just now. I just spoke to Black about doing something for HusH. And I told him I didn't want him to be involved. I wanted to do it solely for myself. I'm somebody that loves to give back. That's just in my nature. So I partnered up with a brand called Kicking It with Wimbo. People from Bergen County, y'all may be familiar with Benji Wimberly. He's actually an assemblyman from Passaic County. What's dope about him, he gives back to all communities, not just for Passaic County, but we want to take Passaic County kids and show them something different. So as of right now, I'm still on the up and up, but we're gonna take 10 and 12 kids, and we're gonna bless them for Christmas with between $300 to $500 gift cards for HusH Life Boutique. They're gonna be able to shop. I'm gonna have limited items, special items, sneakers gifted. We're gonna have games and challenges for them. Just wanna give kids of need from my community. Like, as I said, I went to school in Paramus and Patterson, and Patterson is a little bit more of a less fortunate
than
place.
Paramus.
100%.
It's a whole nother crossroad.
And I feel like when I was in Patterson, it just shaped a lot of me, just a lot of people that just showed love. And that's not to negate anything that went on with Paramus. I feel like in Paramus, we were a family, but everybody had their own individual stuff going on. Where in Patterson, we were one.
Together.
We were one.
We were unity.
Yeah, and you know, it's people of color in Patterson, just to be realistic. So that's why, you know, we have to stick together, help one another, just like this brother's doing for me, and vice versa. So that's gonna be something, if you guys wanna tap in, it'll happen December 23rd at the Inglewood location. It's gonna be.
Can they donate anything for the cause?
Absolutely. You know, I'm somebody, I like to reach out to people that I know personally than reaching out to any old Joe Schmo, because I like people that really, really are tapped in with me to really give back and see what's going on. I don't never want somebody to donate to me and be like, oh, I don't know where that money's going.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But also, like I said, y'all could come December 23rd, Inglewood, New Jersey, 50 Palisades Avenue, and y'all can see what we're doing there. You could check me on Jig by Jiggy. You could click the link in my bio. I have it all set up. You can see how you can donate. It's different ways. You could Zelle, Venmo, Cash App,
no excuse.
Apple Pay. So, you know,
no excuse.
I tried to make sure like all bases is covered. I know people have their own financial situation, and it's not like, I don't care if you even donate $1, that changes everything. We have stuff that's $5 and $10, whether it's a shoe cleaner. Kids need to clean their shoes too. So it's like, nothing that you give is less or shortened. Everything is grateful. I'm grateful for everything that everybody's been donating so far. And we only did that 3K in a week and a half.
Wow.
Yeah, so just putting that out there. And I just want to thank everybody too that already supported on that. And I just had to piggyback off that because, like he said, giving back is just so important. I'm actually also gonna have something. I always do something for my birthday. This is gonna be the first year since the pandemic that I'm doing something major for the brand and for my birthday, because I normally do a big collaboration with the two. I'm gonna give away 100 pounds of free clothing to people in Harlem. That's gonna be located at First Corinthian Baptist Church, February 2nd, so you can check out for that as well. Yeah, I had to put that out there.
I mean, yo, listen, it's December. It's about giving, it's about spreading love, it's about, you know, blessing those, because we're blessed.
Right.
So, I mean, it's not even nothing to be, yo, we needed that. You know what I'm saying? Because
sure.
the culture needs to understand that, yo, we got to stop trying to just piggy bank and give.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And like he says, once you give, two things happen. People see your heart and they want to give back to you because they see you giving.
Exactly.
Or people just see your energy and they just know that you're a kind-spirited person, and that just goes far too. Just being nice.
Just being who you are, man. You know what I'm saying? Your career, man, you've been blessed to be around a lot of people. Let's talk about your journeys in your career and who you have worked with and worked for, or worked side by side with.
For sure.
What was the very first
gig of mine?
Yeah.
We got to go back then. This date is accurate. 2007. I first worked at New York & Company, Garden State Plaza. Check the records there.
That's a women's store too.
Right. Got involved in women's fashion first. I think that's the first time I really learned about patterns and how things supposed to go. Then from there, within the same year, I worked at Abercrombie & Fitch, which was another dope spot that I got an opportunity to work at. I worked at the adults and kids store. Then from there, after college, I worked at a hospital, and I think that's where my spirit comes from. All the giving energy, like when you see somebody in need or need help, it makes you just want to become a better person. Then from there, I worked at Nike. I opened up Nike Soho, of course, in Soho in New York. That was the flagship store back in 2016. I also worked at Nike around the corner on Fifth Avenue as well. That was also the flagship. I've been all over for Nike.
Grinding with Nike from the ground up, not just a salesman.
Yeah, definitely not just a salesman. I was a pro athlete at Nike. Anybody knows that's a one-to-one expert. I started off with creating jerseys for different celebrities and for general consumer as well. You would come in, we'll pick a team that you like, and then we will put different materials, whether it's alligator, crocodile, nubuck suede on your jersey.
Basically, you're doing like the Nike ID thing.
Yeah, just jersey-wise.
Okay.
That was like my first big project. Then in my Nike story, I started working for Virgil. Because I was one of the top pro athletes in New York City, I was able to work the Off-White pop-up, the 10, if you're not familiar. I actually got on a pair of shoes from, not the original 10, but a pair of Off-White Jordan 4s. Just very fortunate, got to work side by side with Virgil, showed us how to screen print, how to sew, how he deconstructed the whole entire 10.
How was that though? How was that working?
It's just in my head. I'm like playing it back right now.
Right, because I saw you getting a little emotional too when you kind of tapping in.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm gonna send them some things to my catalog so you guys can see. Like I have a video of Virgil signing a sneaker for me. Shout out to Jerry. He linked me and Virgil up to get side by side to get it signed. Shout out to Frank Cooker. He's one of the biggest shoe designers that Nike's ever had.
Wow.
In terms of, bread satin ones. He helped Virgil on the entire 10 on the Off-Whites. He's now working for Uggs, Nice Kicks. Just shout out to Frank, man.
Shout out to Frank on the alley-oop.
ATL, yeah.
He's just doing a lot of different things, man. So you played with Virgil, you know what I'm saying? Y'all worked. I know you got a lot of wisdom, because I felt like Virgil also spoke in volumes, but spoke in a quiet manner, even with his gear.
I feel like he's super humble, soft-spoken man. I never even heard him say a cuss word, to be honest, and I've been in quite a few environments with him. But one thing I will take away from what he's told me, the biggest thing is inspiration.
Right.
And I say the word inspiration not in terms of copying, but he was like, you should be able to see something and elevate it. That was his biggest thing. And that's why Nike has innovation, because that's taking something that already has existed, but just upping the bar for it.
Right.
So it's like, a lot of kids today, they'll see something and do it exactly and just maybe change the words.
That's it.
Not
change
really,
the word around.
That's not really inspiration.
That's not doing anything. All you did was flip it. You flip something. It takes 2 seconds to do that. That's not even a thought.
Right now,
that's just an idea.
Right now,
that's a difference.
When I'm saying like inspired, now that's you taking those same sweatpants, taking the seam line and making it visible on the outside, and then having a reverse stitch on it. That's something like
that's creative.
That's creative, and that's something that he initially showed us, like how just the stitching can just change something. Or he showed us colors and palettes, color palettes. Like nobody really taught me anything like that before. Like the different shades of stuff, like colors like mocha and chai. Like people ain't looking at things like that.
They go into the basics, the bare, the regular.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So those are little things that I take away. And then one thing about him, he also called himself an architect. So just being a creator and just building what's in your mind. People have a vision. We call them visionaries, and it's like, but it's different. People have things in their mind and they can make it come to life. That dude always made it come to life.
A lot of people don't have that gift.
Right. A lot of people have the thought, but making whatever's in your mind and making it come alive is like that's unique, man. That's so, like this store right here. This store is unique. It looked like it was a thought that Ramon had, as I told y'all, with the lobby, and then we turned it into this palace that we now have. So it's like people like Virgil, Ramon. I just been blessed, like just along this journey. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, when I was at Nike, that team that I had at Soho, I think what was most impressive, the one-to-one experiences. Just to give one example, I met Archie Manning. For those that don't know, the legendary Archie Manning, and then you got to say that because he's the father of Peyton and Eli Manning. And and I'm gonna say one more person after Archie too. But what was unique about Archie, we didn't talk no football. We just talked about life. And what was his inspiration to be with the brand Nike? And because basically he had like Nike was treating him for the holidays to like a $500 gift card.
Right.
And he was like, make me fresh. Remind, this is like a 67-year-old, if you know, white man.
If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Let's be clear.
That's telling
me
like
don't even need to really get Nike to get him fresh.
Right.
And a lot of people didn't even know Archie did some business with Nike.
Right. So
they don't, you know, that's the difference in the culture. They don't do too much talking.
So what was dope about him, this 67-year-old man, he wanted Nike Tech. He wanted the newest Jordan release at that time. It was the Space Jam in 2017. So it was just great to have energy from such an OG. But then he talked about life, like raising his kids and how his hardships was growing up. He was like, it wasn't always me just as an NFL star. He was like, it was tough with me and my wife growing up and putting food on the table, and you don't get real stories like that from celebrities. And I feel like that was interesting. And then my second, I would say, is Colin Kaepernick. It was at the time with all the chaos. Yeah.
Wow.
And he just did a deal with Nike still. And so Nike was blessing him with like a $3,000 voucher because he took his sisters also with him out there. And it was right before he went to Africa. That's what it was for.
Familiar with that time.
Right. And I feel like what was dope with him was that just so proud as a black man and standing up for what was right. If you see now, they're using his motto in the NFL, he's not even in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think for him, just seeing a conscious black man staying on track, not letting what the politics say throw him off track.
Not selling your soul, once again, not selling your soul. Moral is not selling your soul. I had to say that because why, not to jump over the topic before a small brief second, why are we so quick? Like you said that in the beginning, we always so quick to
sell our business. Yeah.
And I feel like that's the soul. Like that's our soul.
Yeah, for sure. The people that have been around, and I feel like they, as they say, went that other way or opened that other door. Those people did what was best for them, I guess, at the time.
Can't knock the hustle.
Yeah,
can't knock the hustle. Let's be honest. We don't knock the hustle.
I just feel like for me, the morals that's instilled in me and what I want to do for mine.
And your legacy.
Right, for my legacy, people that look like me, let alone the people that's my bloodline, people that look like us, to show it's another way, it's another path, it's another destiny, that is love there. Like, that other route, that's hate. Now, I'm telling you the truth, that's hate. Cause
that's a fact, too. I never looked at it like that. That's hate. You're doing too much. Let me take that from you. And I'm gonna give you a small little something, because I'm gonna make it bigger than what it is. But I like that.
Because it's like somebody's taking away something from you, and they're about to elevate it, thinking that they did something better. And it's like, that could have been something for your cousin or your son or your daughter that's next in line. They don't even, like, I told my wife recently, I just had a daughter, she's 7 months. I said, she don't gotta like fashion, thank you. I said, she don't gotta like fashion, but she could run the business, overlook it, get that money. Cause I was like, at the end of the day, I want her to be at home, get residual.
Right.
Black people don't even know what residual income is.
Right.
To have the money being made while we're sleeping.
Right, right.
So it's like, I say this, like, as a black man, I'm proud to be working with another black man that's helping me elevate myself. Not only as being great as somebody working in the store, but great as somebody for myself personally as a man. I feel like when you're around other black men, we all should be helping one another, personality or whatever we're exactly doing. So it's bigger than me just working in a store.
Or working for you. Yeah, we're working together to make this thing go to where it needs to go.
Yeah, that's almost like a slave mindset, thinking that that you're beneath somebody just because you're working for somebody. If somebody's treating you with respect, you working with them out of love. And like that love is gonna help you further in life, whether it's that networking situation or they might be that feedback when you need to go for the next job and somebody calls them like, yo, he's a great worker, man. Y'all need to keep that guy. And that's why relationships matter. But
not to cut you off, but I noticed something about, you know, you as an individual. I noticed you always been an individual that listens. You don't mind listening. You're not that cat, that young man that's you really are like a sponge to the game. You want to constantly keep learning. You want to constantly keep, it's no ceiling with you, King. And for you to be a young man, young men sometimes we put ceilings on ourselves. Well, I'm gonna just do this so I can just do that and then just do that and I'm good. You being around all these great individuals, it's like, yo, it's no such thing as just, yo, stop it. We're not gonna stop. Right. Yo, I'm doing this for me, I'm doing this for my family, my daughter, I'm doing this for the culture, I'm doing it for the other young black men that see me coming up in Harlem, Patterson I might have bumped into, just the community. Like, your story is like almost like, yo, it's about growth. It's like just pouring the water on the flower and you just keep growing, King.
For sure. I feel like at a young age, the people that's not in my circle was looking at the OGs around me as somebody credible. So
facts, they were.
Right, so for me as somebody that's a visual person, all I gotta do is see it. And I know what's the right thing or it's the wrong thing. So when I see somebody that might be, I don't know, 15, 16, when I'm 12, but they listening to Ramon or somebody, it's like, all right, Ramon know what he's talking about because this 16-year-old is already listening. And it's like, most people like, that nigga don't know what he's talking about, or I'm gonna do this better. I feel like
it's a new era.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a new era. He lost that old bullshit.
And I feel like with me, I'm not really doing stuff that the new era is doing so much.
I feel like you have an old, I know personally, you have a very old soul. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Your age is just the age.
I think being around, you know, like I keep saying, the OGs, and I can't stress it enough, they're the ones that seen it, been through it, and gonna tell the story. So it's like you need to listen, pay attention, and hear what they're saying, because it's like, it's nothing like somebody that already went through it that could tell you. It's a lot of people that's been through stuff, or they'll tell you not to be with that woman or this, that, and the third, but don't got their own stuff going on. But when it's somebody already been through the fire and they're telling you on first-hand account, oh, this how this and this went, you gotta soak that in and try to be better from there, from that story. That's how you be better, from somebody's story already. Not, oh, I heard what they said, now I'm gonna go through it too and see if I could do it better. Nah, I already heard it, so let's either try to avoid it or be better in that moment. And I feel like most people try to avoid that, and you can't. You just can't.
I think that's the sucker mentality, though.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because
For
that
sure.
type of mentality and that feeling within itself, what are you doing? Where are you really going with it? You know what I'm saying? Where is it taking it to? You know what I mean? The level of growth, the level of wisdom and understanding, it takes you nowhere if you're not willing to grow as an individual.
Of course. And speaking of OGs, I gotta bring the God in real quick.
God came in. Peace,
Look,
King. Peace, King.
Just wanna.
Himself.
I gotta acknowledge the owner.
What's up,
himself.
baby? Good to see you, baby. You know what it is.
And
This is a family affair. This is the OG right here.
And as I was saying, love is everything, and that right there, that was men embracing each other. Not just a five. A five is you almost giving a distance to somebody,
Right.
you're extending. When you bring somebody in, it's really showing the love that you have for one another, and you just seen that amongst us. That's major.
And respect.
And respect.
Let's be clear. It's a lot of respect in the building.
And that right there is growth. Right there, cause like when you taught growing up, it's like, oh, you dap your man up in the street, but when you really make a real relationship, a true bond with somebody, you hug
him.
that man.
You embrace
hug
him.
that man.
It's that embracing.
And there's no negative sexual nothing. That's real life. That's real life, man. I'm glad that I have this moment and platform to express that, because we get and I am from this era, the pause or the no homo era.
Right.
And it's cool when you're playing those games, but outside,
You ain't got to say that all the time.
Yeah, and sometimes it's good to show another man that's not being embraced. If somebody was watching us, it's like, damn, that's real love right there, and they can see that. And like I said, I'm a visual person, so if somebody else, they seeing it too, it's just like, all right, this is where we need to be. Well, another thing I wanted to harp on, something important with the brand, consistency. Doing fashion since 2013, it's a lot of bumps in the road.
A lot. A lot of here today
and let alone
going tomorrow.
Yeah, and let alone financial situations. Y'all gotta remember, we just had the pandemic. And for some, I seen a lot of brands like flop during the pandemic. And I'll give y'all this quick story. For me, it was just the opposite. I tapped into what everybody was doing. It was during the pandemic. Don't judge, but I was having pandemic parties.
Listen, it was what it was, man.
And for that, I created clothes during that time period. So something major was like pajama suits. If you check on my page, I used to make satin silky suits, top and bottom, short set or pant set. And it was like, while we was turning up, it was almost like a pajama party every other night.
And plus you wasn't going nowhere, and everybody was in the crib, so that was smart thinking. You changed that was some other thinking.
Yeah.
What can they do to just sit in the crib and be comfortable?
And to be comfortable, and it was something for me in my mind, like, how is everybody, like, when you get up, you getting dressed? I mean, I know people from my area, tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, we getting dressed even in the crib for Thanksgiving, Christmas, all that. But I was trying to think, how did I get this across the board for everybody? And I feel like that's something, you gotta get out the box.
Expand. Please expand your mind and stop staying stuck.
So it was like, I made these outfits. I called them uniforms. So I made these satin uniforms, and for each person, I made it one-on-one by customizing the name on the back. You can check that out. Okay. And then we could go from there. And then lastly, I'm gonna hit you guys with, outside of consistency, network. Network is important. Main thing being that you don't know who you meeting. The first time I met this man, I didn't know who I was meeting. I met him actually outside before we even had an interview, and just being humble. I remember I shook his hand and I was like, peace, God. And I felt his energy right back. He told me, peace, God, back. And then right now we at part 2. So like, I say the networking is so key, and you never know who you meet, and there's always gonna be love when you be great. And I wanna say thank you for that.
King.
Hold up.
Thank you. Yo, listen, man. You know what it is, man. I ain't gotta do too much talking, man. It's the voice of the culture, man. It's the Jiggy himself. We're at the new HusH location. The grand opening is in less than 2 seconds. The doors is about to be open. Yo, you know what it is, man. It's the voice of the culture. Love is love. See you in the next one.